Hey, family. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve. That's my theme song, y'all. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation Show. What's up, family? 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 Welcome, 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 welcome. What's up, family? What's up, family? What's up, family? I just wanted to come on for a little bit before we come on air tonight. Don't forget, Cool Daddy. Cool Daddy comes on 10 o'clock Central Time. Um, Be More City, 11 o'clock. I don't know if that's standard time or what. I'm not familiar with them. But it comes on like an hour, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock here. So what is that? What is that? I'm trying to think. Is that central? That's not central, but is it standard or Eastern Standard, something like that? I'm not familiar with the times yet, time frames like that. But I just wanted to come on and just talk a little bit about whatever come to mind. Okay. Um, I don't look at myself as a politician. I'm not a politician. Um, but as a community activist, whatever laws they create to hurt our low to moderate people, income people, the organizations that I deal with, we fight against the laws that they tend to create to hurt the people. And a lot of times, because I'm part of Communities United of Baltimore, Maryland, I signed on with ACLU. For a lot of y'all that might not be familiar with ACLU, it's the American Civil Liberty Union, which they fight for people democracy. They fight for your equal rights, your civil rights, and your constitutional rights. So I signed up with them to be a part of that organization as far as fighting for people's human rights. So whenever y'all hear me say things like I fight for our people, I'm not just talking about the black people or dark-skinned people or BLK. I'm trying to make sure I say it right so I won't get blocked. Um, I'm not talking about a specific, but when it comes to us, BLK, yes, I fight for our rights. Housing, wages, fair housing, fair wages, and stuff of that nature. So I'm only sharing this because when y'all hear me speaking out a lot about certain things, that's what I do. And as a community activist, community organizer, homeless advocate, civil rights advocate, we basically fight for the people. So any laws that they create that will hurt the low to moderate income people. Now, if you live in a more conservative lifestyle, you making real good money, middle class and upper, a lot of the times the bills and stuff that they create, even though the economy is changing and food prices going up, gas is going up, electric is going up, economically, they're hitting us. But when you live in a middle class life, a lot of times those things you don't tend to struggle with as much as somebody who live a low to moderate income life. They struggle, you know, where you can go and get a loaf of bread at one point, what, $2? And that's still a lot. It might be $4 now. So when you so used to getting two loaves, you might can only afford one now. But then when you have people that depends on the state and the government the way they do, um, they starting to get to the point they want to cut back and cut off a lot of those programs. So organizations that I'm with, what's up, Robert? What's up, Dolly? Organizations that I'm with, we tend to fight against that bill so it won't hurt those individuals. Now, when I come on Cool at night, I'll say Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation and Show. But if you Google me, Google Steve Copeland, it will tell you, it will mention strengthening a community, the Latanya D. Copeland House of Hope. So basically, my LLC is about helping the homeless and the less fortunate people, or people that fell on hard time, that needs, might have lost their homes or get ready to lose, be evicted and stuff like that. Basically, I help them with the people I work with. I help them to get their life back in order. A lot of times when people call my housing program, they be thinking they calling like a shelter, but they actually calling a housing program to get shelter, because that's what I do. We help provide shelter for you, not a shelter or a center where people go to where you might be with a group of other people. So basically for me, I work with women, children, individuals, but mainly women, children. Hey, Ronnie. So that's what I do on my end. And this last year, y'all, a lot turned for me. A lot turned for me because as a community activist, as a person that runs off at his mouth, tap, tap, tap for me, y'all, tap, tap, tap for me, y'all, tap, tap, tap. A lot of people, for a person that runs off at his mouth to fight for our people, right? A lot of people don't want you to put positive information out. So I'm just saying this because I talk with a lot of people. And sometimes, like I said, when it comes to the low to moderate income people, I'm talking about the hood, the ghetto, the ones to me, and not just me. So if y'all hear me go me, it's not just me, right? But I use me to do his work. But it's not just me. When y'all hear me talk like that, just keep in mind, I'm not trying to be selfish or self-centered to make it sound like everything revolving around me. No, because I had to learn to humble myself to allow God to use me for his purpose. Because I'm going to tell you, a lot of us, and I know y'all know and understand, a lot of us been called. Hey, Mary, hey, Gail. I know a lot of y'all know we've been called. But a lot of us tend to disobey their calling. And that's what I had to understand, right? I've been called. And it's like, who else can he use? Somebody that used to live a certain way of life and he turned his life around. So I would be a fool not to sit back and go back and try to help others, knowing how good God has been to me, no matter what you call him. A higher power, power greater than yourself, whether you call him Allah, whether you call him Buddha, whether you call him Jesus Christ. I call him Jesus Christ. Ask me why. Come on, ask me why. One thing I love, if I tell y'all I'm a Christian, look at me. I'm a very handsome man. So if I tell y'all I'm a Christian, I'm talking about my personality. I'm talking about my character. I'm talking about being like Christ, a loving, caring, kind, considerate man. But guess what? That other side, from time to time, I might have to do my glasses like this because I got on, the bifocus kind. But what I had to understand about me. What's up, Bobby? Well, what I had to understand about me, Kitty, that as a human being, I'm a loving, caring, kind, considerate person, but piss me off. And I can be a rotten, no good son of a sea biscuit. So I'm just talking about the makeup of that human being. And guess what I'm getting ready to say now? It goes to the part about when they talk about good and evil, right? Like you got Lucifer, who became Satan. He became evil. That's part of the personality. That's part of the character. And I begin to see stuff like that. Not the demon with 4 or 5 heads and all that type of stuff. Yeah, all that might be true. I'm just saying. But I look at the good and the evil, and I also look at how we can be disobedient when God called us to do certain things. Tap, tap, tap for me, y'all. When God called us to do certain things, right? And we be like, no, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing this. It's just being disobedient towards God. And be honest with y'all, that's just how simple I try to keep things. I can't speak for nobody else, you know. But yeah, let me try to get back on track to what I was saying. But when y'all hear me come on, and my business is actually strengthen the community. And I was gonna write some stuff down, but it's not my goal to really stay too long, right? But I try to work with people where we can start in the inner city. We can start rehabbing and revitalizing houses for inner city people. Now, and I haven't been talking about it a lot because I've been drawing a lot of unwanted attention to me. You know, where people come and they see what you are about, and then they want to take what they can from you. So I've gotten to the point where I'm very, very careful with who I let close to me. And people was telling me all along, man, don't share your business, don't share all this, don't share all that, which is, I understand now. But for me, this is how I look at stuff, y'all. If you're trying to grow a business, you know, and I come on here, if I don't share the stuff with y'all that I'm trying to do to move forward, you won't know. Now, you might be that person that's in front of me. You already at that place, but you hear me and you can help guide me to where you at. And that's the reason why I runs off at my mouth from time to time, because the goal is I need people who's further ahead in their business, in their careers, in their adventures. And if you hear me and you see me making the mistakes that you made, your goal actually is supposed to be encourage me and motivate me and show me how to move it in the right direction. But y'all know a lot of people won't do that. Now, the YT will help. But a lot of us BLKs, it's like I got mine, and some YTs like that too, we know. But I got mine and you got yours to get. Now, do I do that with people? No. If I can help you with the resources that's coming my way, if I can get resources, you're going to get resources. That's how I roll. It's not to, we working together. So now, keep in mind, because I'm always saying, and I'm going to say it again, every time I come on, I go, Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation show, because that's my talk show. Now, I'm on my, the TikTok over here. I've been trying to find a way to get my TikTok embedded into my Restream. That's my media platform, right? Where I'm streaming to 6 channels as I'm talking to y'all. This will make 7. My TikToks make 7. But I'm trying to embed the TikTok on there, and I'm trying to embed my Instagram on there. So when I come on and I'm sitting like this, I'll be streaming at 8 platforms at one time. My goal is just to feed information, y'all. You know, give out information, share it with people, talk with people, where we are, hey, what's up, my history, where we all can come together and you know, and share our adventures and you know, embrace each other and encourage each other and motivate each other. That's where I'm at. So I have people that showing me now basically how to say like do little advertisements, episodes, just market yourself a little bit, you know. So that's where I'm at with that too. I have people that's working with me and showing me because I do have a YouTube. So I'm on YouTube now. As I come on this, it's showing on YouTube, it's showing on Twitch, it's showing on Twitter, it's showing on two of my Facebook pages, it shows on LinkedIn, and the goal is, like I said, to get it on to my TikTok and then my Instagram. So when I come on to do my live, I'll be just sitting right here. Either I'll be on my laptop, or I can do it from my phone, or I can do it from my iPhone. I mean, my iPad. And the goal with this too, which I was telling history, right? The goal with that is I want to get a studio to do my talk show out of, right? And it's not just me. On Saturdays at 2, I normally do a talk show too called Baltimore's the real B Moore's Real Team Talk Show. B Moore's Real Team Talk Show. And I call it giving our youth a voice. Now, a friend of mine's called me and we was talking about the stuff that's happening, right? And I was telling him, I said, man, I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at it like that, right? But we was talking about how it's designed to take out certain people, whether you like it or not. It ain't something that just started. Because if you go back to Exodus, when God told Moses to go tell Pharaoh, I said, let my people go. So you know what plans they had for them back then when they was enslaving them? And I'm going to tell you this, if you do your research, and history is really, really good with that. History is really good with researching, you know, ancestry stuff. She's real good with that. And I love it. I love it. So once you research things, right, and get a better understanding of you and who you are, and it's nothing like that feeling when you know who you are, right, or where you came from. It's nothing like that because you're learning about yourself, you know. So my history, she's real good with that. She's real good with that, and some other stuff too. But me and my friend Manu, right, we were sharing some stuff, and we was talking a little bit about like politics. We was talking about religion. And what I begin to understand, and I don't look at religion like I used to, but because I'm right here in the middle, I will fight against any sector that tend to create stuff to hurt our people. And where I'm going at with this one, I'm gonna try not to say his name, but he's running for the 7th district here. I call him my little buddy. He'll minister too. But he's a Donald Trump fan. No, it's not that I dislike him. I don't dislike Donald Trump. It's just that I know a little bit about his background. I don't like the behavior from where I came from and I see. And this is what we was talking about tonight. So he posted something on my page, right? About Harris. I could say Kamala. Harris, right? And Roland Martin. And how this professor or whoever, Tariq or somebody, supposed to have did a research about them, how they manipulating us. And not being smart, I had to back him up. Because number one, not back him up, I backed him up from what he was saying. Because Trump, Biden, Harris, Roland Martin do not have the power. We talking about individuals by themselves do not have the power to run the United States of America. So the thing is, I don't care what this dude say. If he can do all the research in the world he wants, but if he don't come this way, based off your personal experience, from what you see what's going on, back your butt up. So I sent my friend back this message to let him know I don't give a freak who he is, what professor or scientist, because a lot of them don't have that personal inner city or living below grade bottom life experience to help you in getting up out of that. And that's what I was saying. Don't come that way. If you ain't got no programs, you ain't got no businesses, you don't have anything in the inner city basically to help build back up workforce development program, intervention programs and all of that, don't come this way. Because I will shut you down on your stuff. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're a Republican. Do not do it. And that's the message I had to send him. Do not do it. Because number one, I'm grassroots. And basically being in the streets and having the business that I have, I know what the people need. The wants, the needs, how we can help them, how we can encourage them, how we can motivate them. If you sitting up here and you have not experienced what a lot of them going through, you ain't gonna do nothing but do this. That's why they're trying to make Donald Trump look good. He don't have the power. He don't have the authority to write policies, to present laws, legislations. He only signed the bill. And one thing I was looking up too, because I don't like to be wrong about a lot of stuff I say out my mouth, right? Is Congress. When it comes to wars and all that type of stuff, I had to double check it. Congress, because it's a collective few of them, it's a collective few. They make the decision, yes, you can, Mr. President. And then he takes it from there. Or Miss President. And for me, I'm just saying for me, I am not giving the power and authority to no freaking human beings like that. One individual. But it's us, from what I was telling my friend, whatever laws they create, and I'm talking about like Congress, the Senate, because it's three, I'm trying to go up the political ladder, right? You got the Senate, you got Congress, and you got the executive. They do not want one individual to have all that power and authority. Just like 2025. I didn't even read through the whole thing. I knew what it was about. Dictatorship. If you really understand the purpose of the Republican Party, and that's what I'll be honest, I'm gonna be honest. This is what I love about it. Because when I met them, right, my goal is inner city people, helping to turn lives around, helping them to live a better way of life. So when I met them, I asked them, I said, where y'all been all my life, right? Because I'm tired now of the other party, right? So I'm in the middle of this. So I became a Republican. And when I became a Republican, they were saying Donald Trump this, Donald Trump that. I said, the hell with Donald Trump. Donald Trump this, Donald Trump that. The hell with Donald Trump. And forgive my language, y'all, but it's not about him. It's about the people. Do y'all know these people got mad with me? Now it's a group of us. If I didn't worship Donald Trump the way they did, I couldn't be a part of that group. So you know what? When I stand on my morals, I stand. So when they did that to me, you know how that little girl got out her father's truck and she was like, bye, bye. And that's how I told them, bye. Why am I going to give a human being, a man just like me or a woman, all that power and energy? No. And then to really realize it's not them. And I'm looking at Barack, and I'm telling you, as a black man, I was proud of that and all that. But then When I realized who really create the laws and bills and all of that stuff, right? When I started realizing it, it took it away. Because I'm like, ugh, we praise them, but you're not one with, you don't really have the power and authority the way we try to make people think they do. They don't. So I'm telling my friend, not this way, bro. You're putting it on my page, and I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be nice. I am not going to sit here and forgive me because I don't have nothing against no YT. Do not get it wrong. I'm 62 years old. My great grandfather, father, was a white man. I don't have nothing against that. But when you start saying stuff like all BLKs need to vote for this, vote for that, up right there, it just takes me to the plantation stuff. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do it. And this is what I had to tell my friend. Don't do that. It's like you trying to encourage and you telling us that we need to, and then this person got 34 felony charges that Biden and them had nothing to do with that. That came from his personal stuff. And stepped out on all his marriages. Got a beautiful wife. His son, get ready to start college. He's so busy running around trying to fix America, right? He neglecting his family. So is that a prime example of how he's a role model? For who? I'm 62 years old. He's 78. He needs to be a role model for me. Show me how to be a productive husband. Show me how to be a productive father in my kids' lives, involved in my kids' lives. He can't do it. But y'all sitting up here right, oh, think you done. I like to lick my tongue out to show y'all how y'all be licking his boots. I was talking to my friend, and he's an investor. He talking with me about getting with BioLimit. I'm trying to think of this other thing that they got connected together. And he's teaching me on that level where I could earn extra income, right? So but we talking a little bit about what's actually happening. And he know everything I do, you know. I shared with him some things that I wish I didn't see, you know, because last year I got locked up for doing this. YT, right? How you gonna charge me? And you know this is my housing program. You know this is business for me. How you gonna charge me with home invasion, burglary, armed robbery, 17 charges, YT? And I'm gonna tell you he did it because he was mad with me. So it started with the police report. So watch where I'm going with this. For some of y'all that wants to go after, I'm gonna pronounce her name wrong, but hers, because if I do Camilla, I'm gonna mess it up. Go after hers, she's a prosecutor. She can only go off the information that's presented to her. So now you got the police, then you got this detective. The incident that they charged me with supposed to have took place March the 12th of last year. Do y'all know this police detective went back to January of 2000 and January the 18th from an incident me and one of my clients was texting each other with, charged me with second-degree assault. Texting. Charged me with burglary. My own housing program? My business? And then harassment. She took that, she threw it in with the case for March. I'm like, these dumb mother freaky beaky boo. Now, mind you, I can't talk. I can't say nothing. Because the only thing they doing is going off the police report and the charges. And guess what? The first judge looked at it. He said, this don't go together. That's why I came home on bail. Because he knew it wasn't right. He knew it. He said, something ain't right with this. Is this a legit business? And that's when I spoke out. I said, yes, Your Honor, I have an EIN number. It's business for me. He made it look like I was somewhere else, came to these people's house and did a home invasion and burglary. But he never mentioned how he told my client to knock my door down twice. He ain't lock him up. But that same client told me, he said, Steve, they coming for you. I got it all in Texas. And I'm sharing this for a reason, because October the 15th, we go to court, right? I'll probably be sitting home back in the dining room again on a Zoom. Because be honest with you, it shouldn't even went this far. Shouldn't even have got where it's at. And I'm telling my friend, I said, I wish God wouldn't allow me to see this. How it starts with the police. So now when I hear people say that they created false charges against them, stuff like that, they did it to me. So I see it personally. So don't you ever. And when I go to these town hall meetings and the commissioner's sitting there and Ivan Bay sitting there, excuse me, because I got something I want to tell you. And then we're going to start there. And then I'm going to let you know when I got over your courts or over to your prison. And I'm arguing with the correctional officers and all of that. And I had to let these suckers know y'all ain't talking to just know anybody. I had a prison commitment where I used to come in on Fridays for almost 10 years, encouraging our men to come home and do the right things. So you're not dealing with just anybody. Look, guess what? I didn't do anything to come here. 61 years old, what the heck? I want to be over to prison with a bunch of other dinglings. I don't know about nobody else. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about me. 61 years old. I went to Central Booking. Then I went over to MTC. Stayed over there about 2 months. Feet got infected. They had to operate on my feet. So I'm over the hospital for the rest of about 6 months now. For, while they had to go in my feet. I'm a diabetic. Cut the rest of the bone out. The freaking African doctor, I put some ointment on my bottom toe. He took that ointment and put it on where I had the operation at. That was on a Friday. By Monday morning, I was back in the hospital. Second time, they operated on my feet for the neglect. Because they letting people come in that's unprofessional. So guess what? I'm arguing. They asked me to shut up. Who's that trying to come up? They asked me to shut up. I'm over there encouraging the guys. I got like 30 years clean. I used to do this. I used to do that. I wanted to be the biggest with one man. By the time I turned 26, I know how that thing is. I know how that goes. It ain't like that no more. So I can share with you what to do to come up out of certain situations and stay out of it a day at a time. Don't tell them that. Don't tell me what not to tell them because I'm done. And I'm going to say his name. Y'all know Wayne, right? I've been knowing him for 30 years when he was just a sergeant. I watched him become a warden. Mess with me. Oh, shucks. Yeah, come on. Mess with me. You know Ralph Johnson? Yeah, his brother worked here. Yeah, I know. He ran for mayor. Who you think he reached out to help him? Then I found out, I thought he wrote one book. They told me no, he wrote several books on the prison. I'm like, oops, I got to get him. You don't want to mess with me. This is my biggest weapon. My mouth. My mouth. Now, mind y'all, I'm praying. I'm like, God, please help me. And the reason why I'm praying, because I'm so aggressive with my mouth when I come. Please help me to deliver a message more clear and precise or more professional like. Bougie. That's not me. That's not me when it comes to our people. It's not me. So I'm praying. God, when I go home, I don't want to be so aggressive no more. I don't want people to look at me and hate me for the way I come out because of my love and my compassion for our people. And y'all sitting back, right? Ain't nothing wrong with Steve Copeland. Oh, he crazy. Oh, he sick. Oh, he this. Oh, he that. He needs some medication. God dang it. If I needed some, I would have took it. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I would have been like, give me some medicine. Like for bipolar, schizophrenic, all that type of stuff. But that was my passion. And most people who was tuned to me, spirit-wise, they knew where I was coming from. But if you listen to me here, yeah, that BLK would appear crazy. But no, I had to stand out a little bit more. And it did make me look ugly to a lot of y'all. And a lot of y'all, I realized, was scared. Because I'm going to tell you, look, this is what I said the other day. A lot of us want to be like Christ, but you're afraid to die like Christ. Did you miss it? And I had to understand that, right? When you stepping up for something, you putting your life on the line. You going against the norm for them. Brandon Scott and them will tell you. I remember when he used to run around the Park Heights. Antonio Hayes, I grew up with his mother and father and them, and he's in the Senate. I used to go around Fulton, Pennsylvania with Pinky's son at that little boy because he was a little bit different than the rest of the kids, right? You know, some of them set apart. I didn't know he ran into politics. I can sit here and tell you certain politicians that's actually active in the community. With some of them, it's all about their stature. I'm telling you. Some of them, it's all about like me. And a lot of y'all know Steve love to dress. Y'all know me. Y'all know me. So when I step up into these town hall meetings, when I step up into these forums, community forums and stuff, I'm coming. And I'm looking good. So the reason why I'm saying that, because it's representing the people. And then when I step in, right, it be like, who's that right there? Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Because it's a certain way I like to dress and a certain way I like to look. And when I come in, I'm 6'1". But when I come in, I'm 6'3", standing up tall for the people. And sometimes y'all don't realize I be so afraid. I be so afraid. I be so afraid to actually stand up and talk against a lot of the bull junk I see. And then I come into the community, right? Y'all know I wear my little yellow vest and all of that because I want to be as normal as possible. Not the suit, not the tie, not the slicky woo-woo stuff. That's what I say as an older guy, right? Because I'm trying to talk with our younger generation. I'm trying to talk to the returning citizen or that person that has felonies, and y'all keep telling them that they can't get a job and they can't do this and they can't do that. And I'm telling you, yes, they can. But see, it's not that I'm telling them, what's up, baby? It's not that I'm telling them where to go to get the help they need to move forward in life. The programs, if you have a felony, you want to get into trucking, you can get government bonded. Now, a LTL company might not hire you, but you might have to go over the road for a while, like a year, just to get something positive under there to show a local company that you know, you're not that person that you used to be, that you was before, and for them not to use that against you. And I want to share this with y'all too, because I've been hearing it. Felons can vote. Felons can vote. They passed that law years ago. They can vote. And I'm telling you, because y'all know by me being a community activist, human rights advocate, I have to know this stuff before I go running off at my mouth. Felons can vote. They got their bill passed. Something else a lot of y'all might not know about. And it might still be there. I don't know, because I haven't did no applications. They're not supposed to ask you about your criminal backgrounds no more. Hey, Manuel, they're not supposed to ask you. You're supposed to be able to work and show yourself approved to whatever job you're trying to get. Now, then if they look at your background, they would judge you more according to your work habits compared to your background. A lot of y'all didn't know that, did you? Communities United. My friend, come on, trying to get his name out. With the FACE program, he works with returning citizens, right? So they fought to get their bill passed where criminals actually can vote. Because I thought it was just felons, people with felons. And I'm going to share this with you too. FedEx, I don't know how many, but they hired a felon. And this boy fought to get a lot of stuff off this man. I'm sorry. He fought to get a lot of stuff cleaned up off his record. And he started, you know, he put a little thing together where, you know, he can help others do it too. So if you don't know, then you don't know. But if you listen to me, because I'm in the community, I can only share back with y'all what I see and what's going on. If you, like right now, a lot of y'all probably don't know, Manuel, my grandkids' grandmother's on my Restream page. I spoke on the $15 minimum wage twice. Once here in Baltimore City and once in Annapolis, and we got that bill passed. I was the last speaker that came out. I'm sitting in the delegate building, right? And God showed me, he said, you walking in the footsteps of two great men. Jesus Christ was one, and Martin Luther King was the other. Y'all know I felt honored. I felt honored. Is you trying to, I felt honored that, I felt honored that I was representing them. right? So when I came out to go speak, it was a pile of them. I mean, a group of them, and they was just like moving to the sides, right? And I'm just steady walking. I'm scared. I'm shaking because I'm getting ready to go up on the stage, right, to talk about how important it is to pass that $15 minimum wage. But let me share this with y'all. Before I did all of that history, I was going to businesses to see would they have a problem with that. The $15 minimum wage, was it too much? And $15 is not a lot of money. But when you got somebody that's making like 10, 12, $15 is a lot of money. That's $3 extra or something, you know? So it's a lot to somebody like that. But to somebody like me, it's no money. I ain't knocking it. I wouldn't even work for it part-time. But I'm just saying, because I'm my experience is in tractor trailer driving. So, I know what the work I do and how I can better help your company, right? So anyway, that's how I went to some of these businesses to see. Some of them had an issue with them coming in straight in the door, making $15 an hour. No, which I understood. They started out making it went from 10.50, that was the top. Then it went to 11. Then each year it's like $1 on it, right? Um, that bill started out as a healthcare bill for people that's working in these hospitals. And some of them been working in the hospitals for years and wasn't making over $15 an hour. I didn't know that. And then on top of that, I didn't know that people that's making between 12 and $15 an hour, a lot of them was getting food stamps and stuff. They needed, medical assistance because their jobs wasn't giving them the health plans and stuff like that. It was a union that invited us out to help support that bill. So my thing is, people like Donald Trump, you didn't make that money by yourself. Your employees help you get where you at. Most of your millionaires and billionaires, you believe in their dream or their vision towards their business. People, that's why they participate or they um, support your business financially and stuff like that to help you grow. I was trying to think of another word, but that's the word came to mind, right? So that's why I was saying that the business owners, if you have become a millionaire, billionaires, or you just successful, you doing pretty good, you ain't doing it by yourself. It's the people that's underneath of you, your employees, that's working for you to help you get where you at. And when I came in, I shared about my niece with 4 kids, not making a lot of money. How the heck she do what she do, God knows, I don't know, but she doing it. So I shared a little bit about her experience and reaching out to the um the employers to help them understand why it's so important to treat your employees right. Even if you say, like, if they have a program where they might give you, say, $1,000 for the holidays and stuff like that, just show them your appreciation. Show them your appreciation if they doing this for you. And that's what I begin to understand about that. But if that bill started out as a health bill and it started on the state level, the mayor, let me do it again, it started on the local level. The mayor promoted the bill, but when she got in, she rejected the bill. And guess what? Here I go. Right at them. Not realizing it became local, but they was trying to get it to go statewide. So once it went statewide, the council members and everybody supported it. I'm like, because they have their way of doing stuff. It's politics. And it went state. So when I hear certain cities still only making $7, $8 an hour, I'm like, what? And then y'all talking about the cost of living. gas going up and stuff like that. And in some places, people have to work 3 jobs. I'm like, what? I worked it back in the 90s. I worked 2 jobs, $5 and $5.50, I think. And I said, that's all I got to do is get me a job. I'm talking about 16 hours, making over 10 hours or 10 hours, and I can just do 8 hours. So I ended up getting a job, making 10 hours an hour. Then I got into trucking. I went from making like $40 a day to making $120 a day. It might now look at where we at now. So we talking about back in the night. We talking about a long way back. We talking about back. So I went from making 120 to like 200. Like what the what? 40 hours a week, time and a half after 8. So I was working 10 hours a day, 2 hours overtime, starting to go up. So now, mind you, I'm beginning to understand the difference between having a regular job and then having a professional job or career-minded job. I got a 9th grade education. I was listening to Bishop last night. I came out of school in the 10th grade. I'm not supposed to be where I became at or where I'm at. Statistically, he's an uneducated man. He's supposed to be in the prison. I said prison. He's supposed to be in that big plantation. We supposed to be controlling and dominating his life and his every move. But I'm gonna tell y'all now, this thing, like, ooh, I see it now. I see it. I see how a young kid, probably about 11 years old, she looked at the school bus. She looked at the prison bus. She looked at the school halls. She was looking at the prison cells and stuff, right? She was looking at the food trays. They eat the same trays they got in the school system, basically what they have in the prison. And I said, oh my God, she see that. She see some of our children are being educated to move further on in life. But it's a lot more of them that's being uneducated. I spoke on the school system too. They asked me to come and talk about Chantalisa. Very educated woman. Got 3 beautiful girls. I watch her on Twitter when they was younger. They're a little bit older now. They're in their teens. But she got one in college, look just like her. She might be out now, but I'm just saying. That's a very educated woman. She knows what it takes to educate our children. So she's not giving the teachers the proper curriculum to teach our children. So basically, if you're not teaching them or you're not educating them, a lot of them are going to go backwards. So what they doing? So I was asked to speak out. And I shared on how important it is to educate our children. My vocabulary came out in the 10th. It's not that very extensive. If I don't understand certain words, I will look it up. Did you want to come on Harmony? I mean, I'm sorry, I said Harmony, history. So I spoke out on that for them to better educate our children. I did foster care. I raised my nieces and nephews. I did mentoring. I'm tired now, but I don't want to give up. I don't want to give up on our people. So when it comes to your school system, when it comes to housing, when it comes to the police, the organizations that I'm with, we fight to to defund the police department. Some of that money can go back into the inner city. You see what happened with me? That's why I say y'all mess with the wrong person to allow me to see your bull crap. Because I'm going to let your commissioner know what you did, sucker. I'm going to let Ivan Bates know what you did, sucker. You and that detective, sucker. You shouldn't allow me to see it. Mondays at 4 o'clock. 4 South. When I was over the bookings, it's going to be a topic about the prison. On Wednesdays, 4. Either I'm going to do a 12-step or it's going to be about spirituality or growth. Fridays, between them two, it's going to be either, how you died down that fast? It's going to be either the 12 steps or we're going to talk about spirituality. Not only that, we're going to talk about growing the things that you do step by step to help you become a better individual. If you're dealing with SEX, SEX, if you're dealing with certain childhood trauma, we're going to touch it a little bit. But the things you can do, or people that had certain things happen with them, what they're doing today to get over that a day at a time. Not to let that become a hindrance to them in the here and now. Even if you have to talk with a therapist, a psychiatrist, or stuff like that. My thing is with anybody, whether you're dealing with depression, COD, schizophrenia, bipolar, whatever mental or chemical imbalancement here, and you need medication to help balance you out, take that medication to help balance you. Because if you're trying to do it by yourself, this is racing. And you're trying to collect your thoughts. I watch my clients. When I'm talking to them, certain ones, we talk and we have a normal conversation. And then all of a sudden we talking and I see how they struggling to talk with me. I'm like, when the last time you had your medication? About 2 weeks ago. God dang it. Why you ain't get to do? Well, I was trying to reset it up. So now we got to get their meds. So I'm calling. Such and such needs you to do this. Like now. I got some people. The goal is now to open up some assisted living housing. So I got, I'm gonna say, I wanted to say a medical team, but I know businesses that will come in and they will like watch over the clients because I'm not certified in that area, so I would have to hire your business to come in and treat the clients. Because what I started realizing, a lot of our people that's in the wooded areas that's dealing with serious mental issues, they will never be able to function on their own again. So they need that 24-hour round the clock service. So this is what me and some other people been talking about. Doing some assisted living housing. And because I refer my clients out, if your business does that complete package, like come in, make sure they're taking their medication, making sure that they're getting their doctor's appointments, somebody cooking for them, because the clients that I have, they can cook for themselves. But I realize some of them, they just, they, for a long period of time, they just won't be able to function by themselves. So this is what me and some other people been talking about. And I've been kind of quiet with certain things because I'm at this point now. Let's just start doing it. Let's stop talking about it. Let's do it. But now, since this happened to me last year, it took me out of commission. I felt like they hid me away because I'm not able to run and go do the things that I'm used to doing. So I have to make phone calls and I have to rely on other people now. We got 3 houses we trying to fill. So we need coordinators. We need counselors, PRPs to go in and basically oversee them. And we talk about people with disabilities. We talk about people with mental issues. So we need house managers, but you got to live in the house. So strengthening the community, the Latanya D. Copeland House of Hope is the program for the housing part, where the goal is to change the quality of your life and to put you into an affordable place. That's why I reached out to the director of housing, HUD Housing. That's why I reached out to the director of homeless services. They get money. My business is an LLC, so you got to write me a check. With housing, I want to know all about what type of programs y'all have set up for the people. So I had to skip over the supervisors and the managers, and I'm like, I need to go up to the top. I was shut down last year. I got a call a week before, and I was told that a lot of the community activists, it's like they coming for them to shut them down. And I said, Brandon Scott, and make let them have the meeting, blah, 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 blah. A week later, I was gone. A week later, I was gone. I was over Central Booking. That was March the 12th, 2023. My court date was April the 9th. A detective put together some bull crap where they indicted me off of my own rental property and business. I want to ask them so bad, who house did I do a home invasion on? Wait a minute, who house did I do a burglary on? Can you tell me who's the victim? Because they are my freaking rental properties and business. How can I do a home invasion and a burglary on my own stuff? And the young man that you call yourself saying that I assaulted, his aunt is like a niece to me. What I look like trying to hurt somebody? And then on top of that, he was working part-time. I got him a full-time job. He was like family. So what I look like hurting him. But guess what? I can't tell the judge that. Because they like, Mr. Copeland. Yeah, you can't say nothing. But I want to tell y'all what's what. Sad part about it, the officer that did this, me and him would talk. We would talk about leaving a legacy behind for our children. He couldn't wait because I screamed on him a few times. I can't show it to you, but I got about 15 officers, badge numbers, and IDs that I was told to report to Eternal Affairs. They locked me up. They locked me up. Get them off the street. Just get them off the street. Y'all know how embarrassing it was. A lot of people didn't know I was gone. A lot of people didn't know. And when I came home, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, I was torn down. Prison is not. It's not. Prison is not. Oh, God, it's not. I'm not going to say it's not for everybody. Prison is just not. I'm looking at people with mental issues that's not being treated. And then you wonder why we have repeated offenders. Do you want me to sit in front of y'all and tell y'all I'm watching people being neglected when they need your help the most, and you're not giving it? I'm watching correction officers, right, that's been doing this thing for 20, 30 years, and they dealing with so much, and you can tell they about to lose their freaking minds because they boom. I see the stress on them. So some of them we would talk, just real talk. I got the American Disability Act, right? Because I'm considered, because of the operation on my feet and I'm over the prison, I'm considered as being disabled. So they talking to me, trying to make sure I'm being treated right. And everything they came to talk to me about, guess what? That's what I do with my own clients. So I'm familiar with all of that. When I see people walking around in there just with their regular clothes on and they YTs and stuff like that, I know they are donors. I know who they are. So I was familiar with a lot of the stuff. So they would come, when they would come and talk with Steve. What's going on, Mr. Copeland today? How's this? How's that? I ain't got nothing to say. Because if I tell you something, I want to see you fix it. I want to see you fix it. Don't ask me nothing if you're not going to do the necessary work to make the changes. A lot of inmates don't know this too. ACLU is the union for the prisoners. Even though when you go behind bars, they say your civil rights or your liberties are lost. You are a ward of the state. Now you have become a slave to the state. I said, your goddamn gonna lie. You're a lie. This is not my own. And that's where the biggest arguments start coming in there, because I wasn't trying to get comfortable for something I didn't do. And I signed up with them as far as the ACLU, American Civil Liberty Union. When we fought to get that plane over Baltimore City to reduce the rate, HOM rate, they fought against that plane coming because they thought it was just targeting the BLK community. And be honest with you, that was one of the ways I was going out telling our people, if you do this and you do that, nobody got to snitch on you. Your behavior going to tell on itself. So I'm in the community. Y'all go do this, do that, and that plane going to catch you, and we're going to come and get you, and they're going to lock you up. But the ACLU fought against it. But we got here, we got the plane here for 6 months. It's supposed to be here for a year. They got the plane here, and they turned around and let it go. And then, see, I can talk about certain things because I'm not held bound by their laws. So I can talk about this as a community activist. But when you have somebody that's getting paid for certain things, they can only go but so far. Like our organizers at Communities United, they get paid, so they can only speak a certain amount, a certain way. But when you have Steve come in, Steve gonna go. Because now you can't pull me back because I'm that community activist. I'm just a volunteer. I don't get paid. So I come. And it's no disrespect to nobody. But when I see you robbing our people to fatten up your pocket, don't let me see it. That's all I said. I lived that when I had the package and it was in the community. I'm not hurting the community today. I was brought out of that. So what I do, because of the Holy Spirit, right? And because I understand a little bit about religion, well, because I'm trying to get it where I could say, real simple, the difference between right and wrong. Understanding living accordingly to morals, values, and principles that Barbara Jean Copeland taught me when I was coming up, but I decided to do what I want to do when I want to do it. So I went against those things, but now God can turn it back around. So basically, he said, now I want you to go back out there. I don't want to go out. No. I'm sitting in the church. The Holy Spirit hit me and said, I need you out there more than I need you here. And I'm like, I don't want out there. But you know what it was that didn't want to go? This. That's what made me look at Jonah. When God called you to do something, you fighting against your calling. I'm like, no, I ain't going to. Now, mind you, I'm already in the community. But then I realized that was the calling on my life. Now, I became deacon. So do y'all know what a deacon purpose is? His mission is to go back and help the people. I get a 16-foot box truck. A lot of y'all know I get the my nephew and niece's grandmother know, because she used to call me to come up top and get some stuff. But she's on my other my but look, I was given a 16-foot box truck by Hellman Builders. We was going to write a receipt for it. The lady came back and told me, she said, Mr. Hamill said you can have it. I was like, huh? And guess what? I can get 8 pallets on that truck. And because I did truck, I did driving, I know people that have stuff abundantly. Some they want money for it, some they don't mind you taking, giving it back. That's why they started giving me donations to give back to Baltimore City. Emmanuel, you know that. She know that, because she even called me to go out somebody's house to get some stuff. So a lot of people know what I do to give back. And then when I read up more about my position as a deacon, is to go back and take care like the elders, the poor, why the ministers and the elders, the apostles went and ministered. But I was taking the weight off of them. That's what the position of the deacon is. Now, you got your bishop, you got your priest, you got your deacon. I'm third in position. The next step is to become a pastor or to become a priest. So I'm like, God, if you want me to do, that's why I was listening to Bishop last night. If you want me to go to theology school, go take up seminary classes, to get my doctor's degree in theology, I said, I'll go. But guess what? The Holy Spirit teaches me a lot. That's what Bishop was saying last night. I started listening to the Spirit, and the Spirit told me everything you need to know, Steve Copeland, I'll teach you. It's already in you, but I'm going to teach you. I put everything in you that I called you to go back out and do. And sometimes my flesh be like, no, I'm not for this. I'm not for that. I ain't trying to. Stop. That's why we say the flesh and the spirit is at war with each other. Sometimes I have to tell my flesh, no. That's why we have to have control over this. Man, she look good. Man, she beautiful. Man, you can't have it, Steve. Why? Because I said so. Why? I ain't been in a serious relationship in 6 years. God, can I ain't let nobody come your way for a while. Why? I want somebody to hold and walk with it. The parks and all this, buy flowers and movies, and why? You ain't ready. I'm talking about this what God be saying, right? You ain't ready. Well, and I like to joke, right? I say I could see Jesus now, like when I be showing off down here, I could see Jesus now, like, Dad, look at him. He down there acting like a fool. That's my son. Now, those are things that I have to tell myself on history, because I'm just saying that, y'all, because sometimes, and it's never, ever, ever personal. But when it comes to our most vulnerable people, I don't play. Sometimes I contributed to my mother for the stuff that she used to do with the community and stuff. Yep. But I'm getting ready to cut this, because in another 12 minutes, Cool and the Gang will be on. So if y'all never came on to Comfy Couch, Cool Black Daddy, a country couch on TikTok. Come on. If you with me on TikTok, just you see me on, come over. We have fun. We have fun. History, that's my heart. It's like we balance each other out, right? And then look, y'all know I'm the crazy one, so I come up with a little bit of any and everything, right? And I'm cool. Be like, there I go again, there I go again. I be talking about the baby oil and all this stuff, right? I told somebody, I said, I don't mess with no baby oil like that. I don't know, it's just little, just for us to have fun. And then, last night, in history, last night. Oh, thank you, cause I'm sorry. I'm starting to stutter a little bit, but I deal with organizations or nonprofits that work with the Hispanic population as well. We went to Detroit, and I'm gonna tell y'all this what I found out. The BLK, even though we might feel like we being discriminated against a lot, no. When I went to Detroit, we went to fight for the rights of the immigrants up there or the Hispanics, somewhere, I know somewhere along that line, right? Because this was years ago. So that's when I realized that the BLK is not the only, can I say race or culture that's being discriminated against. And it's mainly your poor, the people that's living, below the poverty line. So you got me, right? You got me with that one. So we went up there to support them. And that's when I realized we're not the only ones. And I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to see if she's still right there. My history, go follow my history. Because she does, I'm trying to think of, she might put it up there, but she does some amazing stuff and she tracks it back, our history back. I don't want to say too much because I might be out of line with some stuff, but BLK's always been around, but I'm starting to hear a little bit more about, I'm trying to get it in the, I think the Indians, right? But I was trying to think of that other name that they use, ingenious, something like that. But history teaches that. So sometimes I'll go on there and I'll listen to it and I'm watching what she's doing. My phone might cut off here because I'm gonna have to charge this up. But I watches what she do, and I'm gonna tell y'all, if y'all, I'm telling you, follow her. If you want to download your ancestry stuff, and she helps you go through that process to understand, basically the tribe you come from. She helps you with a lot of that. And I'm gonna get off in a little bit, y'all, because like I said, in 8 more minutes, we'll be doing the comfy couch. And if y'all see, come over. Cool Black Daddy. Then mine's is the couch conversation show, but his show is Comfy Couch, the Comfy Couch, right? And we just talk about some amazing stuff. We be over there laughing. I be over here crying. A lot of us do. When I say crying, we be crying laughing, right? And I be on the couch, and sometimes some of the stuff we be saying, my feet be up in the air, right? Because we be cracking up. And we be improvising too. We be doing like improv. Sometimes they be like, Steve, you gotta be serious. But we have fun. If you on that third shift, 3 to 11, because we come on 11, to 7 or the third shift, I say late night as well, and you just want something to kind of like occupy you and you can laugh and kid and joke and you can come on from time to time. He'll bring you up and he'll give you a little skit to do and all that stuff. I mean, we have fun. We have fun and it's spiritual. Just about everybody on there, and in a sense, every one of us, we feed each other's spirit. I'm telling you. And it's cool daddy, cool black daddy, the comfy couch. Then y'all know right now, y'all see me on my live, so you see my light. So if you see my light and I'm on there with him, either way, y'all can come on and listen and tap 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 tap. I'm starting to understand a little. I'm trying to read up more about the algorithm, something like that they be saying. Like I told my friend, the goal is whatever I do is it's all about growing and making extra income. So with me as a community activist, and I'm hearing a lot of people, mainly with Safe Streets here in Baltimore City, we didn't had about 3 Safe Streets members get killed because they putting their lives on the line to go back into the community. The black men, the BLK, I'm sorry, the BLK, to go back into the community. To me, that's a beautiful thing because now we got the kings into the community, but to me, they're not teaching them the proper way of dealing with the community. So I'm just saying, as a person, hey, outrageous. Um, I said outrageous. For a person that's been clean a little over 31 years, I had to change this. I had to change the way I think, the way I do things. I had to change people. I couldn't be back around the gang that I used to hang out with and be honest with y'all family members too. But here and there doing dinner and maybe a family gathering, I'll pop up here and there. But I got high with my family back in the days. So certain people, I just had to change people, places, and things. And most of all, I have to change this. So that rotten, no good son of a sea biscuit, you know what son of a Z, mother, I try not to portray that role today. I try to allow that loving, caring, kind, considerate person to shine out more. Because that's who I am. That's that's my makeup as a human being of character, personality, integrity, staying firm on my morals, my values, my principles. Staying firm. Yeah, sometimes like some of y'all, I want to be a sellout. My spirit won't feel right when I go against the grain. I'm telling you about Steve Copeland. I can't tell you about nobody else. So I love y'all. Thank y'all. I'm looking forward. I got to get some people. I got to get a team together. I got to get a team because before I step back out into the streets like that, I need a team to have my back to take some of this weight off me. Then it's business. So I need a team. I need volunteers to come along. When it gets to that point that I can pay you, you'll get paid. But right now, I need a team. I need like-minded people. And my daughter and my grandbaby get ready to come in. So I'm definitely going to shut this down. Said I've been on here for 90 minutes. Great job. Thank you, thank you, thank y'all for the 5,000. Tap, 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 tap. Thank y'all. And don't forget, from 11 to 2. 11 to 2.